what they want to do.
This guy's crazy, yo.
Like this, how frustrating is this for the officers?
Oh, it definitely gets frustrating because here you have a person who's actually putting himself in danger, let alone everybody else.
That's that famous guy that be climbing on things.
You know, and he definitely doesn't want to be caught. He knows what he's doing. He's definitely climbing, and he's climbing away from PD. So it definitely gets frustrating when you want to just take.
He climbed away from the police.
You know, for his own safety and everybody else's safety, but he just doesn't want anything to do with that. So it definitely gets frustrating.
So if you were to strategize from the command center, what would be the first few things that would come to mind?
Probably the first couple things would try to look at where his next moves are going, as far as where he's going to plant those suction cups. I mean, right now it just looks like he's pretty much going in a straight line in that corner. And you just try to think about what his next moves are going to be, and then maybe take the glass pane out, you know, right before he makes that move, so then you have him right there.
Breaking news.
That really is like the only thing you could possibly do.
We did see the NYPD emergency service unit. They did inflate that landing pad that they so often put out when someone needs to if someone's jumping or, you know, falling from somewhere. So we saw that bright yellow inflatable landing pad there. Would that be an option for this man to just let go and fall, or is the best way to just get him through a window at this point?
I think you want to try to get him through a window. I mean, for him falling, it's just you never want that to happen. So you always, you know, I think they just deploy that just in case something happened with him and he did fall off his equipment, that he does have something down there. But you want to try to get him off and through a window.
Take us through what's so challenging about this, because on the one hand, you wonder, why can't they just break a window and grab him? It's not quite so simple. We're talking about seriously thick glass, right? And layers.
I don't understand what's the point of doing this. If you're gonna go to jail after this, but
think about it. I mean, the thing that makes this so difficult.
Guess this is what he likes to do.
You know, like I said.
And what about if that window was to break? It looks like it's fragile.
Somebody, they're not.
So every time he put the section cups,
you get right down to them,
moves.
Put them onto your line, then you bring them down, or you bring them up. You know, depending on what's easier. And this guy, he's totally mobile, and he knows what he's doing.
And this is live right now as I'm recording.
The glass can be overcome. You know, they got tools to get rid of the glass, to cut the glass, to bring the glass in so it doesn't fall down. But when somebody's mobile, that makes it, so it's a new world when he's mobile.
Mobile, but not moving all that quickly.
Right. He's not moving that quickly, but even if he's not moving that quickly, he can
I'll
still
get back to you once
police
do something about this. I guess.
So now we're at about 17 stories.
And he's really famous too. I seen him climb a lot of things too, and he got locked up a lot of times. That's a lot of felonies too. I don't know why would he do this again. He's crazy.
It's a tough call. I mean,
work is, you ever go to the gym and use one of those rock climbing walls? That's tough.
Oh, yeah.
You're exhausted after minutes, I guess, right? Most people.
This man clearly knows what he's doing. And, you know, what's interesting is he was in communication. We saw him chatting. It looks like maybe he's yelling down at that first responder who was talking to him through that window they had cut. So we know they were talking to him. We don't know what they were talking about. This man's obviously ignoring their calls for him to come outside. But we're just wondering at this point, again, how long they're going to let this go on for. This man has been scaling Trump Tower in Midtown for quite some time. Again, he's about 17 stories up on this 58-story skyscraper. We've got all kinds of people on the ground watching this. They've got barricades set up, the kind of barricades they put up for a parade or something like that. And instead you've got all these people watching this unfold, wondering what this man's doing, wondering what's in the backpack. You've got traffic tied up at rush hour. This man obviously wanted attention for some reason. We're trying to
you don't even know what he has in his backpack. He probably has freaking detonators, C4s, and all that.
Emergency service unit there. They've cut through some glass. They put blankets over the glass to try to get him inside. He is now a story or two above where they cut through that glass, so he is ignoring them.
Can't believe we're watching this live.
Do we have Valerie Castro, guys? Can we talk to her? Can she hear us?
what are you doing? You busting my balls now?
What the fuck?
I apologize for that. Not sure what that was. But,
I can't believe they even said that on live.
This is Trump Tower, 5th Avenue at 56th Street.
You see what he's doing? Busting my balls now?
He's harnessed and attached to some suction devices, suction cups, if you will.
Yo.
And climbing his way.
And they be cursing in live. too.
Bringing Midtown to a standstill, and he's been at it for more than an hour and a half.
See, that glass looks like it's gonna break.
Count. And CBS 2's Valerie Castro is on the ground. All kinds of people.
This is going on my YouTube, yo.
People on their way from work. What do you see, Valerie? What are they saying?
Maurice, clearly Fifth Avenue is a very busy place.
That's Fifth Avenue, yo.
A lot of people work in the area. Business owners say they're annoyed at this point. This is affecting their business. Lots of people stopping to see what's going on. Some still unsure what is going on. It's hard to see from this vantage point. Let's see if we can talk to somebody. Can we ask you what you think? What do you think of all this?
Well, leave it to Donald Trump to get someone out to do something like this.
What do you think of somebody climbing up the building?
Stranger things have happened, right? But people come out, they seem to be taking in the spectacle, so I'm one of them.
What was your reaction when you first learned what was going on?
I saw it on Facebook, and I was just down the street, so I thought, okay.
That's on Facebook?
I haven't seen yet in New York, and that's
You had to come check it out.
Yeah, and that's a short list, so this is a new one.
Thank you so much for your time. As you heard, a lot of people are starting to get word of this, coming to check it out of curiosity. Some have walked by and figured out what's going on. Again, there is still a very strong police presence here. Ambulances are in place. We saw paramedics wheel a stretcher down 56th Avenue to possibly be
Well, we'll
prepared
get
for
back
what
to
may
you.
happen later on. Again, Fifth Avenue is shut down between 57th and 56th. We'll pan
Wow.
over and show you the police vehicles that are there. There is a fire truck there. We saw a New York Presbyterian ambulance back up a short ways down 56th Street. They are in place. Again, lots of people stopping and wondering exactly
I wish I was over there. I would have been going over there now too and live.
Is it Donald Trump climbing the side of the building? Of course, we know he was in Virginia earlier today and will be in Florida tonight for a campaign event. Again, unclear what this man's motivations are, if they are political or if this is some sort of political message. Still unclear. We'll send it back to you.
Cambria retired hostage negotiator.
Oh,
With
he's
the
nervous.
NYPD, a maddening, frustrating afternoon, 2 hours. A man has been climbing Trump Tower. He's at least 18, 19 stories up. South side of the building, 56th Street at 5th Avenue. Traffic is shut down. Emergency service unit police officers are on the scene. Hostage negotiators, all manner of officers are trying to get him out of there, but he has refused all of their attempts. They've broken glass windows at lower floors, and he blew right past them and continued his ascent. This is a 58-story building, so he's got another 30 to go if he's trying to get to the top. You can see an officer there in a bucket coming down the other corner, and I would believe that's the 5th Avenue side of the building where the officer is. He's on the climbers on the 56th Street side of the building, and this thing just goes on. And we talked with Officer Cambria there.
This is what he want to do, right? As long as you don't get hurt.
Tried to talk with him. You can't reason with him. He's not responding. The only real option afterward is to let him tire himself out, put inflatable landing devices down on the landing areas closest to where he is, and hope he tires himself out. And
he wasn't playing when they tell him YOLO. You only live once.
To consider if you're doing something bad happens, and we haven't seen.
Hey, somebody must tell him, do what the hell you want to do. He wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Okay, someone here has seen him do that. So maybe he's gotten some sustenance, but
he's staying hydrated. He's also
strong.
wearing a baseball cap, no helmet. You can see the first responders have helmets. This man clearly trained, clearly knows what he's doing. Again, Maurice, as you pointed out,
he knows what he's doing.
Jack
Leave him
Jones on
alone.
the phone.
He'll come back down.
This guy tire himself out if they have to. He's been climbing for quite some time. It's a 58-story building. He's probably about 18, 19 stories up at this point. He's moving slowly, and we asked, why wouldn't they just break a window and grab him? And they're not going to do that for a whole number of reasons. But they do have him surrounded. They have one of those large yellow inflatable landing pads below him in case he should fall. They again have that first responder to your upper left hand side of the screen. You could see him talking in one of those window washer buckets, the scaffolding there, talking to him. This climber, we don't know his identification at this time. We don't know his motivation. We don't know what's in the backpack. He's been communicating, but ignoring first responders. They had cut a hole through a window earlier.
All right, we'll get back to you.
Them. So now we wait and watch.
At one point did try to get him down by coming through a window. We saw ASU officers break the glass, but this climber, he moved the other way, and he went around them.
It's kind of the ultimate cat and mouse game.
Yes, did you just hear also, I just heard people around go, oh no.
Right.
It looks like they cut another hole right
Yes.
across
There's
in
another
there.
glass that, this is a live picture we're looking at, correct? Yes, so there, oh no, sorry, this is from earlier. Okay, so earlier when he was around the 5th or 6th story, this is what we were referring to when they broke at least one window to try to talk with him. And you see an officer trying to negotiate with him, trying to reason with him. And as we mentioned, he wasn't having any of it, and he just kind of blew right past him and ended up where he is now, 18, 19 stories, high above Midtown, high above 5th Avenue and 56th Street, making some kind of statement as he scales Trump Tower.
Stafford claims Governor Christie lied about the
Yo, they're
scandal
opening up the window.
during a 2013 news conference. I'm watching this with you, of course. Right, there's something going on inside the window. We've seen the ES.
It's moving.
Right. We've seen some of them just break, and it looks like here maybe they're actually trying to pull the pane. We'll find out on that. It's hard to read other stuff when this is going on, isn't it?
Right,
This
because
has everybody's attention.
to cut through these skyscraper
Uh-oh.
windows,
Well,
they're
they're
usually
over.
really thick. I mean,
It's
they use
over.
those special diamond cutters, but they look like they just up and took this window pane intact right off of the frame there.
I don't know if
There's a construction workers doing that.
Below or how many stories above?
I thought it was above, but I'm not sure how many. I
So
think that window washing thing is like a 21.
But think about this as a strategy. If you remove glass that he can't,
And he's gonna go to the other side.
then you've got him, right? So that
However,
would be
he moved before. He has moved before, you
right,
know.
but he's moving left to right. So if you remove everything on the floor,
Oh, it's
then
over.
he's got nowhere to
And
go.
now they took the entire pane, so they've got a bigger area.
Oh, this guy got a harness
Looks like
too.
this
He's
man's
going
got
down.
some belay
Oh, it's about to go
equipment attached
down.
to This again, NYPD emergency services.
Oh,
there,
it's about to go
responders are on
down.
scene. I think they are not going to let himself tire himself out and maybe go ahead
Maybe not.
and grab him at some point, because this has been going on for
2 hours.
more
Like
than
2 hours
at this
and
point.
some change.
And you know what else, Allison Maurice, and of course we're keeping our camera here, but just imagine, as NYPD, this is Midtown North.
Sorry,
They
my
have said
camera's
stay away
shaking,
from the area. I know
but
we've talked about this, but this
it's too
is rush
exciting.
hour. And all of this area is blocked off to street traffic as well as pedestrian traffic.
Hey, you know how long it's gonna
Barriers,
take
so
to open
the
up the windows?
resources
They must have been there for like a whole hour trying to take one window down.
Who is he? What is he? Why is he doing this on this?
Yeah, this guy
building?
probably not even
What does
married,
he
don't even
with
have
him?
kids or nothing.
Also, we want to go.
If he
CBS's
did-
Valerie Castro has been live on the ground for us.
Yeah, he's risking his whole freedom just to do this, to climb a tower.
Is what other people have described it as.
For what?
Valerie, is the crowd just growing down there? Have more and more people come to watch as work is being done for the day?
This is like a parade to them.
Hearing about it on social media, on Facebook, they saw the videos, they saw the tweets about this.
It must have been my tweet and my video that they've been seeing. I've been posting this up left and right. Imagine I'm the first person that posts this up.
I
I think I was the first person that posted this up.
You can see there is an ambulance waiting. There are some other police vehicles that are surrounding the base of Trump Tower. And we actually want to pan over to Trump Tower, and you can see where police officers, emergency crews, are up in that bucket, that sort of window washing bucket.
Yeah, that's what that little bucket thing is at.
Around the corner from them, so they are in position. I don't know if they are able to communicate with him or if other teams are doing that, but those emergency responders are in place. As you can imagine, lots of people wondering what's going on, who this person is, and we spoke to some of those people earlier this afternoon.
Yep, that's the captain. It's over. The captain's there. Captain Crunch.
Okay, a little trouble
We'll get back to you.
We'll get to Valerie in just a second. Right now, I'm going to go to former NYPD Sergeant Joe. You hear me?
Yes, I can, Marty. How are you?
Oh, they're taking a little window now.
This, so what do you make of what
the hell I
you've seen,
said?
officers? What do you think the next step is here?
A little window.
They're taking
Ah, somebody's
windows
calling. I'm not
out. It
answering.
appears they're giving him less real estate upon which to climb.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't look like they're
gonna have to,
the entire house. They might have to
get the phone.
remove some more windows because he might change his position.
Nah, I can see from here,
to his right. So that's something that they have to be aware of. I'm sure they're already thinking about that.
They're taking out the other window. I'll get back to you. We back on track. Yeah, they're popping all the windows open right now.
See all of the officers there. Any idea,
that's
like,
crazy,
do
son.
they put some sort of hook? Do they? I mean, how do you get this man safely if he's right there?
Well, I mean, if they're going to grab him, and that looks like what they have done, what the plan is, the officer
Wow.
going to be grabbed will be, you know,
He's going down, man. He risked his whole life for nothing.
You know, you take it
His whole freedom, I mean.
50 pounds, wherever it may be, plus whatever you got in the backpack.
That's
You don't
crazy,
wanna, you know,
bro.
go out the window with it. So this is a very
To prove a point?
for the police department, but they are the best and trained in the world. So.
Nah, but this guy usually do that.
How concerned are you about him falling? Because as Jack Cambria told us before, you know, if something goes bad, something goes wrong.
Yeah, he's gonna go around.
Issues are very real here. If he gets hurt or worse, you know, if they.
But I don't think.
This could work.
Nah, he's a
out.
19 story. But if he's going that way, he don't notice a bucket there.
To make sure that everyone, you know, gets home safe, but you have a situation where, you know, he's a danger to himself and also all the people down below. So the police department has to do something. I'm sure the fire department's working in collaboration with them and trying to figure out what the thing.
My brother-in-law called to tell us a story.
He's on an agenda, right? He's not stopping.
My wife is telling him the story. This is crazy.
He's still going.
Wow. Out of all days, today we got some excitement.
He's been out there for some time.
It's not my camera that's doing that, it's their camera.
Service unit could be
See,
doing
you
other
can
things
see.
right now. Is it frustrating to watch this?
That's their camera.
Smudging
like that, but it's not mine.
We'll
get back to you.
You just hope that nothing else is going on in the city that would require to be somewhere else. I mean, the police department does have a number of ESU people to cover everybody in the city.
Looks like he's getting something in his bag.
You don't want to see cops tied up unnecessarily on.
He's drinking something.
Seems to be more likely just nonsense.
And it looked like he just took a sip there. He seems to.
Yeah, he just threw it.
He just tossed something. And hopefully nobody gets hurt with that one, but he just tossed it down below.
You gotta put one of those, you know, the Thug Life with the glasses and a cigar.
And not using this type of equipment. How often do you see something like this?
Well, yeah, besides the Spider-Man guy, this is very rare.
Spider-Man guy?
You know, it doesn't encourage.
You sure? That look like the girl.
I mean, is there something where, you know, tying up Midtown Manhattan traffic at during rush hour too?
You look like the guy from Warriors. Come on and play.
It also creates, you know, other safety issues for the people below. You know.
He's practicing a new superpower.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how serious are the charges and how much jail time can somebody do for doing something like this?
Well, I think they're going to, you know, levy a number of misdemeanor counts on him, including the reckless endangerment part. You know,
Misdemeanors?
Life at risk.
Not a casual.
You know, there's in Manhattan, and they're going to be a little tougher on him. So, I mean, we just recently saw it, right? Remember?
This is my hand, so he's gonna be a little tougher on him.
Right, but that wasn't, you know, with the whole world watching live on television.
But that's not the same guy. This is a kid.
So now we have some officers who are right there to his right in what looks like, can you guys tell, is that an open window? I think it is. So what would you say to him right here? What kind of language would you use, Joe?
Well, like I said, we want to, you know, try to remain in that open line of communication, but you basically have to figure out how to tell him that the gig is up. I mean, he's looking up now. He looks like he's engaging him. You look like he's even shaking his head side to side like he's saying no.
That's what we've been noticing all afternoon. They've been in communication. He was closer. They broke that first window.
To the left corner, I think you have our air on where you are. What do you expect to happen here? There's going to be some kind of confrontation.
Well, yeah, he's getting close to the cops on the scaffold.
Oh.
He might not even know that they're there.
He almost fell. His hat almost fell.
He just got his hat, right? So, yeah, he's looking. I think he doesn't realize that the cops are right there next to him. So this is going to be an interesting few minutes. And,
No, not on that side. No.
Is the big mattress
The baby was kicking.
No, we're seeing now.
The baby was rooting.
You can see an officer who's in that scaffolding. Pretty close there.
It's like they're talking.
Yes, I think he's finally engaging him now. You know, he's telling him, and he's If you notice that they're trying to do, it looks like distract him on the right, and maybe the guy on the left will be able to do something. But he's still too far away for to try to reach out and grab him. And it looks like that officer is scouting by himself too. So I don't know if he would go and grab him.
Right. It would seem
They're gonna try to grab him.
But maybe it's non-threatening that way? I don't know.
Well, yeah, no,
it's dangerous.
You would think that they probably planned on that. This wasn't going to be. This was just going to be.
We'll get back to you.
Right?
Well, there is another officer.
Oh, he sees him. He sees him right there.
You got the bucket there. So it looks like this man's, the climbing time is going to be.
Rejecting it. It looks that way.
He's right next to them too.
No, the officer's saying, "Here, take this," and so far not happening.
No,
he's right next to him. They could grab him at any moment.
He's really, beyond his strap. He's not tethered at all to it, and
he's not listening either. They want that one. I'll get back to you guys.
Got to admire the patient. What kind of things he's saying? Is he completely irrational? Is he making any kind of sense? They have to judge what kind of guy they're dealing with before they make a move.
So they're about to grab him soon.
Come in there. I mean, the officer, has to be apprehensive about it too. I mean, this is a big move here because the whole world's watching.
He's waving him in, saying, "Come on."
Yep.
But just the space, not touching him, again, that skill, all right.
Oh, they touch it.
Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Oh, even the camera guy got shaky. Oh, they got him. It's over. Look at the guy's face. Yo, it's over. Damn, they got his leg bended and everything. Look, it looks like it's ready to snap.
He's placed in handcuffs and probably sent him to Bellevue for a psychological evaluation. I mean, that's normal course of business because not everybody in their right mind decides they're climbing Trump Tower.
That is the truth.
Also,
Joe, I got to tell you, that was impressive. That was force and strength.
Wow.
You look at the arms on these guys.
They got him.
They got some strength. They just yanked him in pretty quickly and easily.
Absolutely, yeah. Once the one officer made contact, you knew it was.
Supposed to be he's so strong he can't even budge that thing open.
Did a great job. The NYPD did a great job on this.
Damn, what? Even the cameraman from the news is shaking.
You can see the ESU officers now trying to take these suction cups off the windows of the Trump Tower somewhere in the 20s, the floor of the 58-story building. Can you just
wow, they got him.
Joe, the delicate procedure here, because again, we don't know what his motive was, what he had in that bag.
Look at his face.
But that's such a part of it here, right?
Sure, absolutely. You're dealing with the unknown, but one thing that the NYPD does is that when they have special positions,
all right, they got him, guys.
Negotiations, they take the 35,000 officers that they have. So finally got the suction cups off now. So yeah, I mean, this is
this is history right here.